This Wednesday isn't like the others, chosen one. To the world, it's just another midweek pause, but to you, it's a divine signal. You felt it in your chest the moment you woke up. The shift, the pull, the unseen current in the air that whispered, everything changed last night. And here's the part you don't know yet. Elon Musk knows. Others saw it, haven't watched it unfold. But you've been held back for a reason. You were being positioned. This isn't about fame. It's not about headlines. This is about timing, destiny, and a revelation that's been building in silence for years. Last night, the spiritual realm activated something concerning your name, something buried in the cosmos and bound to your purpose. A decision was made, and now the physical world is beginning to catch up. That's why today feels different. You're not imagining the weight in your spirit, the stirring in your soul, because the day is responding to you now, not the other way around. So listen closely. Whatever happened last night wasn't random, and the truth behind it, you're about to find out. Because you, chosen one, are no longer being hidden. You're being revealed. There is something in this message that was intended to reach you right now. So watch this video through to the conclusion, and include the number 777 in the comments, along with your warmest, most sincere request, as an energy statement as well as a symbol. Let out, write down, and let your desire to be echoed by the cosmos. The spark of divine creativity is there in your words. Something stirs when you intentionally release them. Thus, make a huge, audacious request and end it with 99. Allow now to be the time when your desire becomes a reality. Enjoy this video, chosen one. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Now, let's get started. The indisputable change. Have you not been experiencing something? Perhaps you haven't been able to express it completely. Something that doesn't fit with your normal thinking, a little strain in your soul, a vibration in your chest. This is due to the fact that your soul already understands what your intellect does not yet comprehend. This Wednesday is not like the others. Divine alignment is drawing you in. Destiny's gears are shifting into position. Furthermore, the recent diversions you encountered weren't delays. For this particular moment, they were setups. You're not in the rear. You're on time. And what seemed to be motion is about to happen. If you want to claim this message, you can show your support by paying a super thanks amount of up to $20 and typing 1111. In actuality, your soul has already entered this new vibration. You're currently catching up with your physical reality. You have been going through days that were calm, hazy, or even annoying. However, this week, more especially this Wednesday, is dispelling that mist. You're not imagining it. If you think that something bigger is being spoken to you, you're not insane. Most individuals are unable to discern the frequency that you're tuned onto, and a significant breakthrough is going to enter your life via that frequency. There won't be another Wednesday like last week. It's not just the middle of the week. It is the heavenly liminal space between your past and future selves. Something unusual is taking place. There's a secret this Wednesday. You will experience a single moment in your day that may not seem supernatural, but it is. This moment might be framed by a text, a discussion, a number you look at, or a decision you're urged to make. You will feel its weight, even if it may not seem like much. This Wednesday has been marked by heavenly design, so you will recognize that it has more significance than it first seems. Your name is inscribed in the soul of it. The fact that you're reading, hearing, and experiencing this right now is not a coincidence. There has been a change made to your time from above. This particular moment is a part of a divine plan, a breaking and recognition. You've been through too much to keep repeating the same mistakes. The version of yourself who gave in, put up with, or remained silent when you knew your voice was intended to lead has already been outgrown. Wednesday is more than simply a change in time. It's a statement that you can't let your past self follow you into the future. The folks who used to disregard you will no longer be able to do so. The forces that attempted to stop you will begin to fade. Your quietly completed exams are now being recognized in public. You forget you ever prayed, yet this day is a response to your prayers. In the spirit, something is shattering, dismantling outdated time frames, cycles, and assumptions. You're no longer subject to the delay frequency. Heaven has chosen to draw attention to you. And it's not a performance spotlight. It serves a function. You'll stroll more noisily. The proper individuals will notice your presence. Now, the door that always seemed locked would open effortlessly. Additionally, you won't have to push it. You won't have to plead to get in, because it's all about your energy this time. You are starting a day, chosen one, that validates what your soul always knew but was unable to articulate, that you were always heading in the direction of something more significant than comfort, that this is the kind of moment you were created for. There was no absence in that quiet. It was a divine plan. Those who are awake will hear a lot this Wednesday. And certainly, you're one of the few people who are really awake. You're being called for that reason. That's why you were picked for this Wednesday. Perfect time, unquestionable strength. The ticking of the clock has changed. Unexpectedly, the winds are blowing in a different direction, and the blessing is on its way, so you won't have to pursue it for once. You don't have to question your current bodily sensations. That silence, that expectation is affirmation. The draw is real and not just in your head. It's a message from God saying, be alert, be present, be obedient, because the moment you've been waiting for may not come with loud celebration. It may arrive in disguise, but its power will be undeniable. If you want to claim this message, you can show your support by paying a super thanks amount of up to $20 and typing 1111. You've hoped for the right day long enough. You've been selected after waiting long enough. It's not just your turn now. Now is your moment. Additionally, time is passing. It's developing. It's turning on. Rooms you have never been in are whispering your name. Even people who earlier disregarded your value are now seeing your brightness. Something has changed in the aura surrounding you. The same route that turned you down suddenly becomes accessible to you. There's nothing else that you need to do. All you have to do is present yourself completely. Be authentic. The day has been planned in advance. In actuality, God has not only gone before you, but He is also now waiting for you to come. This is not a haphazard temporal arrangement. It's where divine promise and your obedience converge. Each decision you make today counts. Your thoughts are all energy. Your every move reverberates across invisible dimensions. For this reason, you need to be really alert. You must be fully present. You have to approach this Wednesday knowing deep down that something has already happened rather than hoping it will. You've entered the shift already. The prophesy is already being fulfilled by you. This miracle has already been noted for you. Don't let the divine pass you by just because it doesn't appear like what you anticipated. The indications that are clothed in simplicity should not be ignored. Accept what is already yours without waiting for approval. You have been given this Wednesday. You cannot live it for anybody else. What is coded for you cannot be given to anybody else. Your door cannot be opened by anybody else. There's a lot more to say and a lot more to inspire in you. Let this initial fact sink into your soul. However, before we go further into this heavenly metamorphosis, you are not late. You're not in the rear. We don't forget you. You are unique, which is why this Wednesday is distinct. You've been selected. You've been in agreement. Now, everything is going your way. The disclosure, why this Wednesday is so important may be on your mind. Why is this day bearing such a pull, such a vibration, and such a sudden change from the routine of the previous days? It's because heaven moves silently on certain days. On certain days, heaven moves so purposefully that even your cells start to pay attention. One of those days is today. You find yourself at the center of a heavenly choice. There has been a celestial alignment, and it is not coincidental. It's planned. Isolation has purified you. Rejection has exalted you, and suffering has prepared you. Divine action is now starting to emerge as a result of that preparation. You've had weeks where plans failed, doors wouldn't open, and things didn't make sense. That wasn't punishment, however. It was rerouting, because you would have entered spaces that were unable to support the weight of your calling if you had gone through those doors in the past. Not because you worked harder or pleaded more, but because it was time. That delay has now changed. Furthermore, heaven's timetable is impersonal. It never dies. It comes with strength and purpose, not fear. If you want to claim this message, You can show your support by paying a super thanks amount of up to $20 and typing 1111. The version of yourself that attempted to justify your value to others who were unable to acknowledge your brilliance has grown out of you. God has not misread, misjudged, or misunderstood you. He was well aware of when you would be prepared. Additionally, He chose this time to reveal to you what He has been working on behind the scenes of your life. This Wednesday marks the start of that reveal, the setting of the stage, and the first indications of a magnificent production that will revolve around your life. On some Wednesdays, you forget. They go by without warning. Not this one, however. This will remain in your soul. Before anything changed physically, you'll recall the air, the sensation, and the voice that entered your soul. Because true change starts there, with the energy, not the occasion. You are no longer surrounded by sluggish energy. It isn't heavy anymore. It is traveling toward you and is charged with an unseen current, a moment of sacredness. You are being asked, chosen one, to listen to what is not uttered, to see beyond what is seen, and to hear beyond what is expressed. There will be odd alignments that you notice. People suddenly reaching out. Thoughts that fall like thunder into your soul. Uninvited but unavoidable visions. These aren't arbitrary. These are divine warnings. Your spiritual system is being alerted by God, and your sensitivity is being honed for the next step. The tiniest confirmations will be given to some of you. A particular music, a name, a series of numbers, or a dream that makes you cry when you wake up. Don't ignore these things. This Wednesday is using symbols to communicate with you. And since you're not simply going through another Wednesday, you'll identify communication while others perceive coincidences. You're taking part in a holy occasion. Before you were ever born, it was etched into your chronology. Both you and your timing are out of the usual. For this reason, before things came together, they had to break apart. People had to leave before your clarity came because of this. The quiet became louder before your breakthrough spoke because of this. The reason for this is that this Wednesday needs space to come in full force, free from confusion and distractions, merely in alignment. You've reached a point where you can accept without effort, hold without losing, and grow without sacrificing yourself to fit. Now let this truth to profoundly into you. Now is not the time to go smaller. Now is not the time to practice your anxieties or question your abilities. You've practiced lack enough. You've spent too many seasons putting up with delay. You should not second-guess yourself on this Wednesday. It's for getting up. They're calling you higher. And now you will benefit from what once frightened you. The exact circumstances that earlier endangered your tranquility are going to serve as opportunities for your own development. There is no threat to you. You're still developing. Spiritual purification was what seemed like spiritual battle. Every challenge was removing the aspects of you that weren't included in the original plan. That weight was never designed for you. Your permission paperwork to let it go is due on Wednesday. To breathe into the new identity that was always waiting behind the barriers you created, and to let go of the version of yourself that was created in survival mode. Accept the change. It's not hype. This isn't feeling. Alignment is this. When your soul stops looking, you'll know it. You'll experience a sense of security that you haven't had in a long time. You finally stopped asking the incorrect questions, not because you discovered all the answers. You have been wondering when any changes would occur. However, the question is reversed this Wednesday. Are you ready to embody the change that's already here? It asks you now. Everything is changing and working in your favor. Your perspective is changing from one of fear to one of faith. From waiting to walking, your soul is changing. Your energy is changing from being obscured to being emphasized. You're not changing into someone else. Before the world persuaded you to shrink, you are who you are now. And the light is returning to your eyes on Wednesday. Your shoulders are no longer burdened. The fog is moving out of your way. They're reminding you of who you are. Furthermore, your strength is indescribable. It has always been a part of you. The vision, the bravery, and the elegance have always been present. It was just hidden behind layers of suffering, diversions, and false stories. However, this Wednesday offers insight. It acts as a mirror for your soul. You'll see more than just your history when you glance in at this moment. You'll understand why you're here. Don't undervalue this opportunity. Heaven doesn't repeat itself like this without reason. So don't dismiss it as simply another message or day. The codes for your next chapter are due on Wednesday. Keys are waiting to be identified. Favor, opportunity, and next-level clarity can be unlocked with these keys, but they won't just appear. You'll attract their attention, and it's your responsibility to be alert, chosen one. Remain vigilant. Remain supple. Remain obedient. You've never been closer to what you've been requesting. It is around you. It is in sync with your frequency. And that item is going to land the instant your surroundings and your belief line up. And it won't need an explanation when it arrives. It will provide validation. There was something odd about this Wednesday, and you will know it deep within, saying, something happened that day. Something shifted, and I've never been the same since. Will be possible in the future. So, face this day with courage. Take ownership of this moment's individuality. Feeling that something significant is imminent is not a sign of insanity. You're not thinking too much. It's a signal you hear. It's a typical Wednesday, yet you're standing on hallowed ground. However, you are not like the others. Additionally, your journey deviates from the usual. You are a human manifestation of divine upheaval. You serve as God's way of reminding everyone that time itself may be a miracle, and you're at the right moment. You now own this Wednesday, this change in your destiny. The unspoken truth, something that is spoken but unquestionably real, is moving toward you today. You can know that this Wednesday is unique without a calendar. Your soul is already aware. It may have been stirring even before you woke up. The unexpected calm in the midst of commotion and the low vibration in your chest are not coincidental. That is proof. Today seems different for some reason because it is. The veil is thinner. There is more access. There is less opposition. All of creation seems to be reacting to the sound of heaven whispering your name at morning. Today is the kind of day that doesn't need approval from other people. Your breakthrough doesn't need a co-signer. You can clap without a crowd. Applause wasn't the purpose of this moment. The purpose of its creation was alignment. To reveal what He is doing in you. God didn't call a meeting. You sensed His little movement. This is that genuine. The lack of sound does not indicate absence. It is a symbol of piety. This moment's silence is holy. It indicates that something is forming while you're standing there. It has not been an easy path for you. You have undergone unnoticed refinement, stretching, and breaking. Despite everything, you continue to move, believe, and stand. Resilience is not only a personality trait. It has a spiritual component. It's a component of your task. You were ready to bear knowledge because of every hurt you carried. Heaven used every rejection as an opportunity to guide you toward your true calling. The road is now cleared. The path has been prepared. This Wednesday is here to demonstrate it. This day is powerful for many reasons than simply what is coming. That's what's going out. The uncertainty, the worry, the incessant doubt about your value. This additional energy is causing it to evaporate. You're entering a world where you won't question your actions. You're taking back your crown without expressing regret because something inside of you is starting to respond, I always was. You are no longer questioning, am I enough? You finally realized who you are, not because you feel better than others. Yes, it seems lighter today, but that's not the only difference. The once invisible chains are breaking, which makes it different. Your unbreakable patterns are becoming less rigid. Once haunting thoughts are being muted. You have changed since the beginning of this year, and you're being reminded of that change on Wednesday. The mirror's reflection is no longer the same. Not just how you look, but how often you do it. Who you are has no bearing on the cosmos. Chosen one, it reacts to the person you are becoming. Though he forgot who you belong to, the adversary attempted to persuade you that time was running out, that you missed it, and that your window closed. On your behalf, the God who exists outside of time has now entered it. And clocks stop when God intervenes. Dead things come back to life. What have ended is brought back to life. What seemed to be the end turns into the start. This is the current situation. There is no deadline for this Wednesday.